Hello, Ben. Good
Nice to see you.
afternoon.
Nice to see
Thank you for taking your time today. Open tech clusters like Level39 has been emerging in many countries at the moment, and so many similar type of the open tech clusters in the United States, in Asia, and even in France and Germany, and so they're competing each other. What do you think about the Level39's uniqueness and differentiations from those open tech clusters?
Well, we're right in the heart of London, and so we've got essentially 800 years worth of heritage here. This is a city which has been growing organically for a very long time indeed. And of course, that's not only a city, it's also a great global financial centre. So we have here an unusual combination in which you find not only financial services and headquarters of government, but you find creative industries, you find technology, you find all of the professional services, the legal advisors and accounting services, which together give early stage companies a great chance of success. So we're not unique in any one respect, but we're a unique combination.
So many companies, they grown up here, and we've noticed a lot of companies, they achieve their own goals, like become unicorns, and they just secure the high growth fund. And what other ways do you think the Level39 can help them to be successful and grow?
Well, one of the key characteristics of a community, an ecosystem like Level39, is just the density of the network, the connections between the various people who are here. So we're sitting now within about 5 minutes walk of 30% of the world's financial services IT budgets, according to Microsoft. In other words, if you think you can improve the way in which global financial services work, there's nowhere else on the surface of the planet where you're closer to more of the people who you need to get to know. And the community of Level39 actually helps you to do so. So the 1,200 or so people who are in this community are all, of course, building relationships with those major global financial institutions. When you join a community like this, you join that collective effort.
As far as I understand, there has been lots of collaborative programs between the UK government and Level39. For example, FCA's the RegTech Sandbox, and just host here Level39. Do you have any specific plans to collaborate with the government or any departments of the UK government there, or maybe city government here in London?
Well, beyond specific plans, we have general plans. So at last count, we work with 14 different departments of the UK government, and in all sorts of ways, some formal, many more ad hoc. Yesterday, for example, a program of academic cybersecurity companies was brought here by a government department for a demo day. That brought about 150 people together to address the needs of cybersecurity. And because, of course, government does so much in the UK, both to support innovation policy, but also to support export activity, as such an international centre, as well as such an innovation centre, we're keenly engaged with government, and we certainly expect to build on that.
Okay. And other questions about some small city projects here in London. Basically, also I remember that the cognitive science-based small city programs, cognicity challenge programs, was actually introduced here, Level39, together with Canary Wharf Group. Do you think this kind of project will be actually bringing another achievements from the startups? And also another question is, that we, as World Smart Cities Forum and Archive Labs, to support lots of different smart city programs around the world. And do you think that that will be any sort of the synergy effect?
Well, we're delighted that you're here with Archive Labs and World Smart Cities Forum. I think if you consider the heritage, the legacy really of the Cognicity program, which you're involved with, we are here right in the middle of Canary Wharf, a smart city within London. And in fact, we have very recently launched Wood Wharf, a whole new 5 million square foot development, which is just adjacent to, right next door to traditional Canary Wharf area. So we have a huge amount of innovation activity here. We're very pleased that you're here and looking forward to seeing what you can produce in collaborating in this dynamic environment.
Okay. From my experience, my involvement in a Cognicity project before, it was just like one single smart city project in London, but we've been actually extended more smart city projects around the world. And lots of the startups and investors and even the government over there, they actually have some sort of a census of questions. What about the next dimensions of London or the UK after Brexit? So do you have any kind of specific comments on the kind of impact of Level 39 after Brexit?
Well, of course, Brexit is still very much an ongoing process. Formally, we left the European Union at the beginning of this month, or the end of last month, but the transition process through to the end of this year, of course, is still in its early stages. Now, what we've noticed is that fintech, financial technology in particular, is playing a vital role in helping global financial services to adapt to the opportunities as well as the challenges presented by Brexit. So we see a very bullish, enthusiastic attitude here in Level 39. And although I think some companies have experienced delays in the procurement cycles of their big enterprise clients over the course of the last year or so, certainly we see the energy and vigour returning to the market. We see a great deal of enthusiasm for what both can be done, but also what has to be done, because of course Brexit is in some respects disruptive to incumbents in particular, and it is fintechs who are helping with that adaptation.
Level 39 is a UK entity, as you know, and has been really focused in London only. So do you think the Level 39 is considering to extending to overseas, like Level 39 abroad branches or something?
Well, we're seeking to make the best possible conditions for innovators and entrepreneurs here in Canary Wharf in London. And we're hugely privileged to have relationships with organisations all around the world. And we're very, very keen indeed to maintain a really warm, inviting welcome to people coming from around the world, and indeed to support people from the United Kingdom who want to go overseas and export as well. However, we acknowledge that while we can achieve fantastic effects here in London, we don't know our way around the whole world. We know people who do, and we want to work with them. So we support those who are building those bridges, who are forming those bilateral relationships. And we always seek to signpost to our members and to our guests and visitors people who've made that step before, who can understand the particular challenges in operating in 2, 3, 4 or more different jurisdictions, different parts of the world. So no, our plan at the moment is to do the very best we can here in our home in London, and to support everyone we can around the world with whom we and our member companies can do a good business.
Okay. I think the final question, you've increased the profits by more than 70% since you joined the team here at Level 39. Do you have any specific plan for maybe further growth of this year?
Well, as I said, we have now, as Canary Wharf Group, begun the process of opening the Wood Wharf development. So our eyes are very much really on how we can make sure that we support a new generation of businesses coming here to Canary Wharf. We have fantastic facilities, and as a part of London which has had, in some respects, the freedom of developing from essentially a disused dock, we are not constrained by the medieval street patterns of other parts of the City of London. But at the same time, we enjoy fantastic infrastructure. So with the Elizabeth line, which is just behind us, opening very shortly, this is an incredibly well-connected place. You can get from here to Heathrow very rapidly. You have access to, as I said earlier on, not only the great financial centres of Europe, but also the regulatory, the regulators, the Financial Conduct Authority, a short distance from us here, and also the fantastic creative and technology industries of London as well. So we're very keen indeed to provide a fitting home for this fantastic growth opportunity.
Thank you. Maybe in addition, so World Smart Cities Forum is basically London anchored, London-based non-profit organization, and also it's also funded by Archive Labs, which is actually establishing the Smart City Master Plan, and also the increase or raise the funds to some specific projects around the world. So do you have any kind of award or maybe some comments on World Smart Cities Forum? Because World Smart City Forum is pretty much UK-based entities, and probably we just born here in Level 39. So do you have any good comments or other comments on this?
Well, we're delighted that you're here. We're delighted that you've chosen to set up this worldwide organisation here in London. We're very keen, of course, to support international engagement, and to the greatest extent we can, we want to see innovations both from here that can make a contribution to other parts of the world, but also, of course, we particularly welcome people from other parts of the world coming here to London to build great businesses, to make this city and others like it really thrive.
Great. Thank you very much for your interview today.
My pleasure. Thank you. Lovely to see you.